Love is all-powerful, nothing can defeat it. September 6, 2015. With the illusory world apparently in chaos, it is very unsettling for you all to be constantly made aware of the enormous suffering that is occurring and which it seems you cannot personally ease in any way at all. You can pray for those suffering, you can send charitable donations to appropriate organizations that offer assistance, you can call on your politicians to address the situation with ultimate compassion, yet despite all of this, the suffering continues seemingly with no solution anywhere to be seen. The illusion, being intended to separate you from God, cannot but cause suffering. You all, without exception, desperately want to be unconditionally loved. To be unconditionally loved by God is your natural and eternal state of existence, and to be separated from that state is terrifying, humiliating, and very painful. Of course you have never been separated from God, as you well know, because God is all that exists. But your choice eons ago, but in reality only a moment ago, to separate yourself from God could only cause you pain, even though it is an unreal state, because your immense power enabled you to build something imaginary that seems utterly real to you. Most of you have experienced the sight of small children in rage, absolutely resisting any attempts to comfort them and at the same time suffering intensely because they truly want only to be enfolded in your loving arms and comforted. All that they have to do is let go of the rage which is tearing them apart, and surrender into your loving embrace, but they will not until the rage has dissipated and ceased to drive them from you. Well, that is very similar to the illusory state in which humanity is apparently helplessly embroiled, and humanity too cannot respond to God's love until its inner rage has dissipated. The cause of that rage? Well, the cause was and is the insane choice to separate in the first place, along with the inner knowing that the choice was insane. For a long time that inner rage was totally denied, but that denial of an incredibly powerful emotion just led to it building up an enormous pressure, as there was no way of releasing it when it remained denied. Now, because the pressure of its intensity has become so powerful, it can no longer be denied or contained, and it is being released indiscriminately all over the world. This seems terrible, unacceptable, and horrifying, and it is. But until it has been fully released, movement back to your natural state of peace and harmony in the loving presence of God cannot be achieved. Nothing that is not in perfect harmony with love can accept the love that is offered to it. As this rage is released through the various ongoing humanitarian crises across the world, the pressure falls and space becomes available into which love can percolate. So the horrors that you see are actually helping to release humanity from its bondage and separation, because, like with small children, as the intensity of the rage subsides, it becomes possible to start accepting the love that is constantly being offered. Knowing that the world you see and experience is illusory does not really comfort you at all, but it does allow you to choose to let it dissolve. It is unreal, and only your collective belief in it makes it appear so real. By choosing to be loving in every situation in which you find yourselves, you open your hearts a little further, and you begin to recognize the love within that you really are. That love has always been there, buried deep within you and utterly inextinguishable, but your choice to be fearful and construct defensive barriers to protect you from the dangerous world without, has blocked your awareness of it. Occasionally you receive intimations of it when you are fully involved with those you trust and love, and when the outside world is briefly forgotten. But those moments are by their very nature brief, and awareness of the threatening outside world can only be avoided for a few short moments. Your task on earth is to be love, and to demonstrate love in action. Initially that is difficult for you because you have all experienced abuse and betrayal of one sort or another, and so you have built personal defense systems, the unreal masks that you present to the world because to disclose your true selves would, you believe, open you to attack and possibly ridicule. That basic fear is part of the human condition of apparent separation. As bodies you are indeed very separate, which convinces you that you are basically alone in the world, and human death reconfirms that underlying belief. What we in the spiritual realms have been telling you, and what various saints and mystics throughout the ages have been demonstrating, is that to be you, to be love, although seemingly a very vulnerable and dangerous state, in fact makes you invulnerable. Love is all-powerful, nothing can defeat it. However, of course, a human body can be hurt in many ways, and as long as you identify fully with your human bodies, pain and suffering are inevitable. By identifying with your true nature, however, your personal energy field, the field of love in which you are always held and lovingly embraced by God, becomes strong and effectively disarms those who would attack you. By being love, that is by accepting your real nature and offering love to all in every situation, you attract more love to yourself, and your fears and anxieties dissolve. When that happens, your stress reduces and peace and contentment become normal, and others will seek you out for companionship because your energy feels so good. That energy is experienced by others as non-judgmental, unconditional acceptance, and the more you are able to engage with your true nature, spreading love unconditionally throughout the world, when you live lovingly, your energy field really does affect everyone on the planet. You will find others you know are also changing, becoming more accepting, more peaceful, more trusting. In fact, you will find more and more people starting to identify, possibly without awareness, with who they truly are. Love lived and demonstrated leads to more love. Why? Because love is all that exists, and living it causes the cloak under which you have hidden from it to disintegrate, the fog in which you are lost to disperse, allowing the warm and brilliant light of love to shine on you without interruption now that the clouds of fear and doubt have been dispersed. You, as loving and accepting beings, have an enormous effect worldwide even though you have very little sense of it. The divine energy that embraces you in every moment of your existence, that is your nature, that is the real you, expands outwards through you to infinity and beyond when you allow yourselves to accept its embrace, impacting every sentient being, the whole collective of humanity, leading them to also open to the love that surrounds them. It is of those individual energy fields of loving humans that the tsunami of love is made. It is irresistible, and it is changing the world because you are allowing it to flow. There is only love, and slowly but powerfully that is becoming apparent, humanity will awaken. With so very much love, Saul. Channeled by John Smallman. johnsmallman.wordpress.com